Yeah, that's what I mean. If you're in it a lot of times, is why I said a lot of times.
Okay, I've eaten my dumpling. Are we ready? I had to get that one down.
Do it.
All right. Guided along, as it were, a chain of flowers into the mysteries of life. Welcome to QCP. Last time on QCP, we finished fucking everything up at the Chevalier at the Ainsworth house. We punched people. We went into the maze. We tried to climb through the maze. We learned that somebody has been watching the party. Someone with connections to the crown that knows several of you. And you have all returned from your very tumultuous night at the Ainsworth's house to the Chevalier house.
The crown bit. Does everybody know that, or is that just Alli?
I think everybody but Pippin was present for that because Pippin is currently put himself in adult timeout.
Oh, that's
in
right.
the jail with Elsie.
I don't know if Ray knows because I don't remember hearing about the crown.
There was something very specific that happened in a series of DM messages that I wasn't sure. I could not remember what was said aloud.
I don't remember a crown either.
I don't.
Really?
Okay, so that would just be Alli then. That would just be Alli as of this point in time.
Well, now everybody knows. But anyway. Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, pretend you didn't hear it. Forget you heard it.
Yeah.
I heard nothing.
From the record.
Allie's gonna have to share a few things soon enough. We'll see if I remember to share that too.
There's no orifice in any of this party that's virgin.
No.
God.
But let's see. I believe a piece of silver was tossed between Alli and Tethys, and Marcellus got a warning that the people in your family in Highgarden is looking for you. Meanwhile, Pippin has spent the night with Elsie holed up in the cell. Azazel has joined them.
He's their protector, their fearless protector.
They are in excellent hands as stone-like creatures like stone women try to very slowly and tenderly claw the jail into to get to them. Headless ones, I might add.
That
they can't see shit, but they're gonna try anyway. Yeah, something like that, Kurt. So oh boy, some of us are safe and some of us are in jail.
Right.
Actually, think Pippin's pretty safe.
Yeah, because we on the road home, they were asking Wilhelm, and Wilhelm said something about the jail being one of the safest places in town. He could get stuck.
Yes.
And we did communicate. I communicated with Azazel, and assured me that they weren't getting in.
Yes.
And then Tethys and I decided to get wasted in the hallway.
Yeah, after Alli wasted
yes,
a misty step to get past you and into the room.
Yep, so Tethys and Marcellus are getting shit-faced in the hallway. Alli has gone into Ada's room where Ada currently is. What's everybody doing? Ray, I assume, where are you in chaos?
Ray is snoozing. He's tired.
He is a smart man tonight.
Is Ada up?
Yeah, Ada's up. She's kind of like laying face down on her bed, but she's clearly not asleep.
Does she seem okay? There. Because there's a lot of potions and alcohol and truth serums.
Oh no, no. She's being quiet.
Wasn't someone in the house trying to get her like a cure to drink or something?
They might have tried to break. They might.
Yeah, because a newly got dispelling potions.
Yeah, and like gave everybody bottoms up. So I think at this point, Ada is no longer under the effects of the truth serum. She's just drunk, and whatever else is wrong with her.
So Alli's gonna sit in the little chair and kind of sigh, and I think she had previously said something about if we're very quiet, maybe Marcellus will go away.
I think so. And I think Ada just kind of laughed at that a little bit.
But fortunately, I could lure Tethys out.
Yes.
I imagine that they're probably up drinking until the wee hours of the morning.
Oh, yes. And any opportunity Marcellus can get, he's like, oh my gosh, it's so much fun out here. It's a shame that Alli had to miss it.
If y'all stay out in the hall too long, Newly eventually says, I don't care where you go, just get out of the hallway.
Are you inviting us to your room, Anuli?
And she kind of looks Marcellus up and down and says, I don't think your bones could handle it, little man.
Oh!
And leaves.
Don't talk about my bones.
And she's walking away. Tethys looks at her with like an eyebrow raise, going, okay.
Tethys said that I drink my milk, my bones are very strong.
And Marcellus would lean forward to Tethys and be like, I do believe her.
So do I.
I think she could fold me into a pretzel.
I think she could too. And she probably will if you don't quit poking at her.
She is a very tall and muscular woman. She's
Is she half orc?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, she's half orc.
Oh, it's a female orc.
And Marcellus would grab a little strand of Tethys' hair and be like, you are just lovely, Tethys. You're beautiful. Your hair is beautiful. I love it. I could just put it in a bowl and eat a bowl of your hair.
This is happening outside of the room where Alli could probably hear them through the door, right?
And he's like, so that was good. Aki, super Aki. Marcellus is so drunk he can't even like hit on people well at this point. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna eat a bowl of your hair. Fag on the play, fag on the play.
I think this will very, very much try not to laugh. And she'll be like, I think it's time that you probably went to bed.
Well, don't laugh at me, darling. I mean, I could just eat a whole bowl of your hair. God, this really is some strong whiskey. Maybe you're right.
We wouldn't want you to have any digestive problems.
We can't let the vampires get hairballs. That's just going to be a nightmare.
He starts making the noise.
Oh my god, yes. Everybody in the house just shoots up in bed at night, and they just hear Marcellus hocking up a hairball.
Potato immediately goes to hide.
I'm going for the cleanest, whitest piece of fabric I can find in the house to like
Yes.
cough up my hairball.
Hardwood floor, forget it. Best carpet.
Oh my god. Or on one of the good couches.
Oh,
This is
absolutely.
a very nice couch. It would be a shame if someone airballed on it.
Right? We're gonna have to start giving Marcellus paw gels.
Clearly, we're all cat owners here.
Right. Somebody's going to have to start force feeding them a tablespoon of something.
Or
Oh my
right
God,
at the foot of
I hate
the
when cats
bed,
do that.
where if you get out of bed and you're in danger of stepping on it, that.
Does it right
Oh, I
outside
hate it when
somebody's
cats
door.
do that. I love cats so much, but when they lick your hair and it sticks to the little things on their tongue, I can't.
It is uncomfy.
I
But-
hate it.
I have
Alright.
a tough to short hair, a la Izzy.
Look, can't do it. Isn't it?
Okay, back on track.
Yes. So Tethys and Marcellus, what are y'all? Are y'all staying in the hallway in defiance of
No, I think
Anuli?
Tethys will kind of try to guide him back into his bedroom. Like, come on, let's go. And then I would say it's I would say, and Kurt, you can correct me, but probably at this point they're not remembering much. So I
No.
would say the rest of it's probably going to be a blur. And
Oh yeah.
blur.
He's probably not even going to remember the hair statement.
Probably better for everybody. To be honest.
Alli
Yeah,
heard it.
and then-
She'll remember for him.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, I would say, like, Marcellus would see, like, a puff of red hair, like, walk out of the room the next morning.
Huh? Huh?
And I did have something before bed I wanted to do when we
Oh
get to
yes,
it.
before we unpack the implications.
No, that's just, I feel like nothing else would remember it. Remember what happened.
Tethys said, "Whoops, gotta go."
Shame.
Yeah, it'll be a short walk of shame though. But all right, Alli, what are you
Alright.
doing?
So while Tethys and Marcellus are drinking, this is why I was asking if Ada was okay and had her dispelling potion, because I think Alli kind of flops down in that chair, and seeing she got a response about that maybe if he's quiet he'll go away, she'll kind of look over at Ada and go, "Are you all right?"
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No more magic messing with everything?
No, just everything else messing with everything. I'm still drunk.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Well, and I'm sorry for yelling at you in the maze as well.
Oh, no, it's. I shouldn't have been climbing in the maze. But yeah, I wanted to see what was on the other side.
I could have reacted better.
Alli, I'm basically a soldier. Getting yelled at is like the best outcome.
Well,
And it's not like you stabbed me or hit me with chain lightning or anything. That hurts. You ever
No,
been
I'm-
hit with chain lightning? That hurts.
It sounds like it would. I'm far more likely to freeze your clothing, honestly.
Hmm.
I may have inadvertently picked a fight with Annie Ainsworth prior to going out into that maze, and it might have put me on edge. And as a result, I may have reacted a bit more strongly than I should have.
I think he's a crazy bitch. Like, this is just known.
But you mean literally crazy?
Uh-huh, she is. Ooh, she
Oh
is.
shit, why is this the first I've heard of this?
Nobody told you?
Nobody warned me, no.
Well, she holds it together in public pretty good.
Yes, well, I
Usually.
also offered to buy her automaton, so that might come back to bite us in the ass.
What'd she say?
Something along the lines of she would get me, she would take what's hers, keep what's hers, and anybody who thought otherwise would get what was coming to them. Is a
Oh.
short version.
Mm.
So I don't think I helped the whole monkey situation at all. I'm sorry for that as well.
Oh, because Marcellus ate the monkey.
Yes, he did.
Gross.
So we're going to need to find another way into that house at some point.
Yeah. They'll have more events. Everybody around here throws balls because there's nothing else to do here except get drunk, hate your neighbors, and have a
Gossip.
ball.
And,
That too.
Well, apparently the Ainsworths have discovered a new hobby. And she kind of pauses, like she's not sure if she should say this or not. What do you know about that? The automaton they've been parading around.
It showed up a few years ago.
About
He's-
2 or 3.
Yeah, she says she ordered it, but I don't know where you order those things.
From the gentleman who makes them, and then you turn him into one of them, and that would be who Sharrow's been looking for the past 2.5 years.
Oh. Oh, I knew Annie Ainsworth was a...
I love it. And Sharrow and I being blood relatives is not necessarily a fiction either.
No, you look alike.
Your mother was spot on with that one.
Mom usually is.
Do you think she would be adverse to me borrowing some of her time in the morning?
No, she likes it when people come talk with her.
Right.
I think she likes to feel useful since she can't really do much anymore.
I mean, you can do a lot of things without magic, but I imagine it's quite a switch, given
She's...
I don't know the
Yeah,
story,
exactly.
but I can guess.
And Ada kind of like sits up a little bit. She was real reckless about protecting Dad when they went up against stuff, and she just kept pulling from it.
Burned
and
herself
pulling
out.
from it. Uh-huh.
Right. If your head isn't bothering you too much in the morning, and you want to hang out for that conversation, I could use a friend.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. Do
I
you...
don't know if I'm a good friend, but I'll do it.
I've only known you a couple days, but I can only say you're probably one of the best friends I've ever had.
You haven't had any good friends then.
It's not been...
Marcellus is a good friend. Just saying.
He's in the hallway. And on that note, Alli will look over at Ada and goes, do you mind if I spend the whole night here? I know normally I go to the library, but I think you know who is still camped out in the hole, and I've had about enough.
Yeah, sure.
He's all yours, by the way, if you want him. He's not really my type.
I don't think he's... I wouldn't be.
I missed part of that.
She said, I don't think he's interested. I know I would not be.
Well, I thought for a moment that perhaps you were, but I've been wrong before.
It's complicated. Mm. I don't know. Good night, Alli.
Good night. I'll try to be quiet in the morning.
It's okay. I'm gonna be hungover as shit. I won't hear anything.
Alright. I'll try not to make it worse. How's that?
Deal.
And, thank you again. And I think
Thank you.
Allie's gonna curl up in the chair to get her 4 hours night's rest because she didn't want to go out in the hallway.
Oh, morning comes. A redhead does a quick little zippity zoop out of Marcellus's room. And as the morning arrives, Pippin in jail, you hear people trying to get in the front door. And these sound like normal people. You hear a man and a woman, and the woman's going, "How the hell is the door blocked?"
Pippin will kind of stir awake and look to see if Evie is there.
Elsie is not there.
Elsie, sorry.
Wherever she is, she's not there.
Okay, and Pippin's like, well, Azazel, you should probably go. And then he'll start moving over to where he's barricaded the door. He's like, I'm so sorry. I will be out in just one moment.
The things nobody ever says in jail.
Right.
The people on the inside of the door kind of pause and go, and then the man goes, "Who's in there?"
Oh, my name's Pippin, and I just didn't want to be eaten by a wolf or torn apart by headless stone women, so I hid in here.
And you hear the man go, "See, Anjali, it's fine. I told you there was a good reason." And Anjali said there is no good reason for someone to be holed up in the jail when I didn't put them there.
Oh.
Pippin's like, don't you worry, miss. You'll have your chance. Just give me a moment.
I love Pippin.
He's adorable.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, guys. And I'm trying to figure out how to turn the music on. It got really loud on my computer.
Yeah, I keep turning it down, and it feels like it keeps getting louder. I'm gonna turn it down on the main video and see if that doesn't help some.
There we
'Cause I
go.
was-
Yeah,
Okay, because like,
That helped.
Yeah.
okay, all right.
And so Pippin, I guess, will eventually unbarricade the door and open it up, straightening his vest up, putting his gun away.
Pippin, you are confronted by two Indian people, a man and a woman, both appearing to be in their 40s or so. The party has met them before, Anjali and Medhalva, but you have not. Medhalva looks amused by you. He's got sort of a great big bushy black beard, kind of threaded through with gray as his long hair is, as well. And his wife Anjali has her arms crossed and looks like she might consider murdering you if it wasn't illegal. It's it's an interesting dichotomy, those two.
Pippin will offer his hand out and be like, I will pay for the damages to your door.
And Jolly just looks at Medhava like, mm-hmm, if it was a facial expression. Medhava says, there's no need. You said you were seeking shelter in here.
I was. There were wolves prowling the town last night, and as you can imagine, a wolf really would love to have a bite of rabbit.
Indeed. Has anyone told you about the curfew?
No, but I can see why if your town has those sorts of creatures roaming around at night.
And worse. And so Medhava gestures you out, and he shows you where the sunlight has frozen the headless statues, where they are like reaching and grabbing at the stone. One of them appears to have been trying to scale the stone at some point, and they are just frozen in position all over the outside of the jail.
What in the Silent Hill is going on right now? Pippin's like, So it's a nightly thing. Like that's the thing.
Every night, I'm afraid. This is why we generally like everyone to stay inside at night.
Well, they definitely left that out of the tourism brochure.
And Charlie just kind of sighs. I will have a discussion with the Chevaliers about briefing all of their little wayward lost souls about the curfew.
Um, pardon, miss, but are we not all wayward lost souls here? That was the impression that I got.
No.
Just no.
Just no.
Just
No.
no, that's it. Are you sure?
Sure about that? Just
You answered awfully quick.
She's just looking down at Pippin with, just, it's not a kind face. And Medhava kind of says, darling, why don't you go in and get started on the paperwork here? I'll get our friend back to his house. Why don't you come with me? I'm sorry. He says, I'm sorry about Anjali. She's, it's been a hard road for her. She is kind. She's just quite stern. Very stern. But he looks like he likes it.
not tonight. Or not today.
Pippin's like, yeah, no kidding. Well, I would like to offer you coin for the damages.
Ah, no. It would have happened one way or the other. It's really just a matter of time before things break around here. We have plenty of money to budget for it. Really. Not
So,
necessary.
How long have you lived here?
And Jolly and I have been here about 15 years.
And where did you come from?
We came from the continent. Quite far south in it, actually.
What brought you here? Do you know?
Ah, well, he kind of hesitates a little bit. He says,
Oh, have you do an insight?
yeah, you can.
Okay, he's not intelligent, so I mean, I'm gonna try, but 10.
Yeah, there's more to that story, and you kind of get the sense that maybe it has to do with why they left wherever they're from. He said, well, we drifted a bit, and eventually it came to our attention that the previous constable of this forest suffered a rather unfortunate fate, but Anjali and I are well trained, and so we came to fill the void.
Oh. Well, would you ever plan on returning home, or is this now your home?
I'm afraid this is now our home. We couldn't leave these people like this, even if we wanted to.
Even if we wanted to. Is there anything in that comment?
You know what? Because you rolled a 10 on your last one, I'm gonna let you make another insight check if you want to.
Thanks. I'm not guaranteeing it's gonna be any better.
Well, you never know.
Pippin wishes he was a lot more insightful than he is. It's definitely not. It's a 5. So...
Oh, yeah. Seems a
legit.
throwaway statement.
Yeah, just a throwaway statement.
Yeah,
Cool.
you know.
Well, I do wish your wife peace and happiness, and I do appreciate the security of your facilities.
Anytime. If you ever find yourself caught outside again, do come to our house. We won't make you barricade the door.
Oh, well, that would be a comfort. I wasn't entirely sure I was up against, like wolves, like normal wolves.
The chances are great that you were not.
Yeah, I imagine that you would be probably pretty versed on the abnormal since you have headless stone women crawling all over your jailhouse right now.
We're going to have to cart those back into the woods.
You cart them all the way out into the woods and they come back every night?
No, they don't always come back. Sometimes they go back into the woods. Sometimes they don't. It's always, it's a surprise every night as to what comes crawling out of that hellhole.
It's like one of
what
those
do they
party
want?
cakes where something jumps out of the box.
Yeah. You
What
never
do
know
they-
what you're gonna get.
Do you know what they want?
The statues?
Yeah.
Destruction? Death?
Oh. Well, you know, just normal statue stuff.
They want the same things for everything that comes to that forest. Complete and utter destruction of every vestige of human civilization. We suspect.
Ever or just the ones that down the trees?
What?
He said every human civilization ever, or just the one that cut down the magical trees?
I couldn't say whether they mean to just start here or also end here. Although, if their rage is focused here, and if they were to destroy this village, who's to say they wouldn't roam around and cause more chaos? I mean, once you've had your revenge, what do you do when it's over and you're still here?
I was kind of hoping that they would return to where they're from.
That is also possible, although I suspect, unfortunately, the forest is where they're from.
Have you seen any doors? Like magical doors?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, I sometimes wonder if maybe they're not all from here.
The forest is mysterious. Who can say?
I mean, that's where I found myself, and I most certainly am not from here.
He kind of raises an eyebrow.
I didn't warn him. Oh no.
He said, he kind of leans down a little bit and he goes, "You seem like a very nice person, so I'm going to warn you once, don't tell anyone else that."
Oh, why? Is it like an exclusive club?
People, he kind of gestures back to the statues. I think you understand why you should not tell anyone that you came for it.
Oh, that I came from the forest. Well, no,
Yes.
I mean, I walked out of the forest, but
Don't
I am
tell them.
definitely not from here.
Don't tell them that either. Perhaps it is best if you keep your origins mysterious for the time being.
Well, I don't see how that's going to help anyone solve anything.
He kind of pats you and he goes, "Little rabbit, I don't know if you do have to solve everything. But here's the Chevalier house. Be well. Good luck. Stay out of the woods if you don't have to be there." And he leaves you at the front of the Chevalier estate where you see Anuli. She has a rug. It's covered in blood and she is currently scrubbing and beating it out.
Wait,
Is she-
covered in blood?
She's got a big brush and a lot of buckets. She's scrubbing and beating the hell out of that rug, trying to get it clean.
Pippin's like, how do I get back home? These people are freaking crazy. He's just like,
You know the state of things are bad when the Feywild creature goes, "Man, fuck this."
hey, how do I get home?
He said, "Shit."
Pippin's like, Miss, I fear that you can dry clean until Judgment Day, but you are living with those stains.
Oh no, I'll get them. It won't be the first or the last time that I do this.
I know those pesky human sacrifices just get so messy.
She actually kind of snorts a little bit, more like the children of the house are reckless, and they think that they can train indoors. They don't have to train outdoors where the grass can be watered with blood and it's fine. No.
Wait, what? Train?
Oh, yes. She just waves it off. Well, you know how it is.
And this is the Chevalier house. Like, Miss Laura trained?
Anna says, oh, no. Ada and Wilhelm.
Who? I'm sorry?
So, she's Ada and Wilhelm.
Oh. Oh, I see. So it was combat training.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lord have mercy. I
She
thought
kind of looks.
maybe.
Are you all right?
Well, I just met some of the town's evening denizens, and I now understand curfew.
Good. Keep you alive.
Yes, but wouldn't you say fortune favors the brave?
Bravery is what's all over this rug.
Well, that's blunt. But Pippin would laugh at that. But he's like, no, but what I mean is, if we all always hide indoors at night, how are we ever going to find out what these things are?
Their trouble is what they are.
Well, yeah, obviously. But how do you stop them?
Good question.
Do you
But
know
it's
where
not my
Do you know where in the woods they're coming from?
darling. My domain is this house, and I'm fine with that. If you want to know more about the woods and all of its intricacies, you'll want to talk to the people of the house, not me. And she kind of ushers him along inside. She-
Okay. Pippin's just like, I feel like he is so overwhelmed at this point that he's just like hopping so slowly, like kind of murmuring to himself, like, okay, so there are wolves, there are headless statues, they all come from the woods. Then there's Elsie, who is maybe one of the former wives, and then there are the wolves, maybe part of Miss Evie. And he's just like going through every theory that he possibly could, and has Miss Laura been? And I feel like that's kind of where he's going to set his mind to, like, where is Miss Laura now?
As you get inside, you see Grace. She's working with Laura. She's trying to get Laura to cast a particular spell, and Laura is casting everything but. Eventually Grace says, okay, we are going to take a break. We're gonna take a break. Pippin! Hello, good morning. The war room is happening elsewhere. Are you well? Were you outside last night?
I slept in the jailhouse last night.
Oh, well, you wouldn't be the first or the last. There's breakfast out if you want some.
Oh, indeed. Young Miss Laura, I was actually coming to check on you. How have you been?
I'm good.
Oh, yes? How is your training coming?
Oh, real good. I didn't set anything on fire. Because I wasn't supposed to.
Well, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
What are you working on right now?
She kind of looks at Grace and Grace. I'm not a druid. I was going to see if she had any inclination to the spells I learned, and it doesn't seem so. The most we have done is druid craft, and indeed she hasn't set a single thing on fire this morning, which is an improvement.
I feel like Pippin's just fixing himself some tea and snacking on breakfast as he watches, and it's just like nodding his head. Yep, okay. Nothing on fire. Okay,
Nope.
perfect.
It's progress.
Fire bad.
Yep, it's progress. And Pippin's like, and you said the others are in a war room?
Everyone else is what they're having breakfast. Most of them. I think. I didn't look that closely. She kind of like puts her hand on her stomach and she goes, oh dear. I need to go sit. But they're I'm fine. I'm good. If you
Wait, what? Are you sure you're fine?
Yes, the baby is just apparently going to be a little fighter.
Ah,
Oh goodness, he's kicking my kidney.
oh my.
It's quite alright, dear. They're in the
Doesn't know what to do about that. It's like, oh, not the kidney, yeah.
So she kind of heads on and takes Laura with her upstairs, and everyone else who would like to come for breakfast has been told it is breakfast time.
I think Pippin's just waiting for them all to come down now. Like,
It is breakfast time.
It is. There has been an assortment of good breakfast items laid out, sweet, savory, you name it, it's there. who all is coming down to breakfast.
I know,
So
right?
Tethys is probably one of the first ones down.
Who is?
Tethys.
Yep, she said, "Cool breakfast." Potato sees you, Tethys, and bolts into the kitchen.
I think Alli is going to take advantage of everybody else going to breakfast, and if possible, she's going to snag Ada to go have that talk with Hildy.
Ada actually, at some point, had told, she said, I need to go do a little bit of work with. But she does come back, kind of once breakfast seems to be mostly underway, and just kind of says, "Sorry, we always morning."
Well, after last night, I certainly feel the need to hit a few things myself.
Oh, sorry.
So,
And I think Alli and Ada will go find Hildy if Hildy is available to have that talk.
As usual, Hildy's in her study, going over a book, and she looks up and goes, "Oh, good morning.
Do you have a moment?
I have many moments."
And Alli's gonna shut the door.
Okay.
Because she
Hildy
knows
closes the book.
she knows the party well enough to not trust it. And before I went to anybody else with this, I felt that it would be better to know what we were getting into and how Sharrow might react. Because if she's going to resort to violence, I'm not sure if I shouldn't be prepared for that.
I don't see her behaving that way. She's really more of a cutting barbs and ruthless wit kind of girl.
And Alli does seem very nervous. Wait until I've got the whole story out, and then maybe tell me what you think is best.
Okay.
You were right on the money when you suggested Sharrow and I might be related. Were you aware that she came here searching for her father?
Yes.
I found him last night.
Here in town.
He, like Sharrow, is rather mechanically inclined, and the Ainsworths seem to have taken him and his abilities and turned him into an automaton.
Oh. Dear, that is a problem.
Yes. And nobody warned me that Annie was, how did she put it? Ada.
Batshit crazy.
Yes. And I might have tried to use message to strike a deal, trying to see how much he would want should I offer to buy him, and I may have set that off.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, she isn't going to destroy it. She is exceptionally proud of that thing. Of the, excuse me, the automaton that is your father.
Uncle.
Of course.
It's because that is what everybody currently has been told about Sharon and my relationship.
Of course.
Yes, thank you. She's gonna kind of sideways glance at Ada to see what Ada makes up with that.
Ada is just looking straight ahead. and she's... and Hildy kind of looks at Ada, and she goes, "Ada, we're going to help Miss Alli, aren't we?" And Ada said, "Of course we are." And Hildy says, "Alli, don't worry. We are going to make sure your uncle is safe. Ada will always be welcome there. She can go check on him from time to time.
Okay.
Even if the Ainsworths may become suspicious of you. I did hear from Urs,
that
that some
Marcellus
people-
ate the monkey.
yes, that he ate Darling, and Gideon was very fond.
Well, if Darling is what I believe Darling to be, based on Marcellus's reaction, he can always get Darling back.
Oh dear, what do you think Darling is?
Based on what was granted, this was all sent to me via Azazel. Based on what I heard through that conversation, I think Azazel and Darling may have been similar.
Imps.
Yes.
That troubles me deeply, but I wish I could say I was surprised.
I have not told the others, and I have not yet told Sharrow. I do think I owe it to Sharrow to tell her before I fill anybody else in. But given the circumstances, should I be prepared to try to hold her back, or do you think she'll be more rational?
Sharrow doesn't move without caution, is the best I can tell you. Not anymore.
Alright. Did something else happen I should be aware of?
Not last night, no.
Did something else happen with Sharrow and the Ainsworths I should be aware of?
No, Sharrow was much more reckless when she first came here, but mercifully she has settled down a little bit.
Is this something that could potentially come back to bite us?
I don't think so.
Alright, I'll see if she's willing to share. It sounds like her story to share anyway. Do you know of any way to undo such a transformation?
I will need to do a lot of research before I can answer that.
Alright.
Very few things are out of the realm of possibility. Probability is another thing entirely. But given this is your uncle, as it were, I do know someone who has great untapped magic. It will just be difficult to get him to come.
May I ask who?
She smiles rather fondly, as if she's remembering something from her past. And she says, well, someone I knew a long ago. But, anyway, perhaps it won't come to that.
Alright, well, I have to go talk to Sharrow, and then I think at some point I need to fill the others in. But after that, I am your devoted student. Anything you can teach me that might help, I'm yours.
Of course. I look forward to it.
I thank you for your wisdom and guidance, and for your help, and it's greatly appreciated.
Of course. Ada, will you go down and make sure everyone else is able to get to breakfast? And Ada just kind of like pauses and she goes, yeah, Mama, I can. And she leaves. And Hildy says, please look after her. She may tell you things she won't tell us.
Okay. I'll do my best. I'm a little out of my element, as it were, but I'll do what I can.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And, is there anything I can do for you?
No, I'm fine, dear. Go have breakfast.
And I think what Alli is actually going to do is slip down the back stairs and out of the house.
Where's she going?
Sharrow.
Okay, yeah, Sharrow's in her shop. She's getting it ready for the day. And as soon as Allie gets to the shop door, Shelley's like, "Well, what'd you find?"
Inside, if you don't mind.
Come, don't stand in the doorway. Come on in.
Gee, I wonder why I'm standing in the doorway.
I don't know. Why are you standing in the doorway?
Because you're blocking it, darling.
She drags Allie in. All right, what do you want? What did you find?
They have him.
The Ainsworths?
Yes.
How? Where?
That automaton they tend to parade around at parties.
I've never been to one of their parties.
Yes, well, next time I'll see if I can't get you in. You might have helped me kill Annie Ainsworth.
Oh, that bitch.
Mm-hmm. Nobody warned me, by the way, that she is, as nasty as she is. I thought she was quite put together up until I messaged her and offered to buy him back.
No, she is batshit crazy.
Yes, and I don't suppose you know how to undo turning someone into an automaton?
No, I don't. Did she turn her father into an automaton? Really? How?
If I knew how, he would not be one right now.
Oh boy. Is his mind intact? Does he know what's happening?
Yes and no. He recognized me, but it wasn't full recognition. I'm not sure how to describe it. It was like part of him was locked away.
Something about the process could have done it.
I'm hoping undoing the process can undo it.
Maybe.
I asked Tildy for help. She's going to research it, and then hopefully she can teach me. Whatever it is I don't know that I'm going to need to know for this.
Oh, I'm sure she can help you. Miss Hildy knows everything.
Can I insight check this?
Yes, you can.
Let me move a cat out of the way. Izzy Bits.
What's Josh doing back there? You okay?
What?
With guidance?
Somebody's going, Worcestershire in the back.
Oh, he was saying Ward Churchill. Can you hear him? He's on the phone with his mom.
Oh, okay.
It's like, wait, how did he know that?
It's like, what's happening?
Yeah, I'll mute.
No, it's fine.
With or without
Just curious.
guidance?
You can do it with. That's fine.
So that is a 25.
Yeah, Sharrow has got something against Hildy. It seems like you can't necessarily tell like if it's like something has happened or if it's just a personality clash, which to be fair, Sharrow's personality clashes with lots of people. She has a really big anti-authority. For some reason, really seems to just not like Hildy.
Sharrow, is there something I should know? Because there's a lot of things I probably should have been told before now that I'm finding out as I stumble upon them.
Oh no, perfect Hildy, there's nothing wrong with her at all. She is a bastion of wisdom and grace.
She is
fucking knows
also
everything.
a very powerful wizard who pushed the boundaries and burned herself out.
Oh, of course. And she doesn't let you forget it.
What do you want to tell me? Is there something I should know?
Oh no, I'm sure the two of you will get along. But just see what you can't find out from her about that. I guess if anybody is gonna know that's not me, it'll be her.
Well, I kind of thought that if she had access to the knowledge, she would share it. Do I need to be worried she won't?
No, she will. She's a goody two-shoes. Of course she'll share it. Then you can be forever indebted to her.
Are you okay? I mean, nothing about this is okay, but is there something else?
No. Oh, no, it's fine. She just kind of waves it off. Anyway,
Alright,
we should
well,
also try to find out what we can find out.
I was. And. Oh. Um. Well, if you ever do want to share, I'm all ears. As far as finding out things, my other thoughts, I'm not going to get back into the Ainsworth house anytime soon. I don't know any of the other families. Aside from Mrs. Ellington, but I have a feeling asking to access her library is going to be sharing with the whole world what we're doing, so I'd rather not do that.
Oh, absolutely.
My only other thought was perhaps there's something in the bookshop.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I mean, what can it hurt? Hans isn't going to tell anybody.
And worst case scenario, I just get through reorganizing the place faster than I would have otherwise.
You just want to go spend time with Hans.
Well, it would be nice to spend some time in the company of a gentleman who is not trying to shove me in his trousers, yes. But I was also thinking that given the history and science sections in the shop, there might be, if we go looking for it, some information that might be helpful buried in the pages.
We can try. And she walks you over to Hans' shop and just starts hammering on the front door until he opens it in a rush. Is everything... Oh, it's everything... Oh, Sharrow. Hi. And Alli. Hello.
Hi, I apologize. It seems you're not open yet, but,
Well, that doesn't stop Sharrow.
So I gathered. Do you mind if we come in? We're searching for some information that may or may not be included among your books.
Of course, come on in. Did you bring Aurelius with you?
But oh yes, there he is. He's like between her ankles, like promptly scuttles out of his skirt and up Mr. Voss's arm.
Yep, immediately in the vest. Baby time.
I think I may have lost my familiar.
He is very sweet.
Oh yes. Don't let him tell you he has not been spoiled this morning, because he has had breakfast, and he has had cuddles, and he has had brushes.
He just kind of looks down at Aurelius like, is this true?
Aurelius just kind of coos and flops.
Mm-hmm. Well, Hans lets the two of them look for books as he goes and promptly babies Aurelius.
Yeah, probably tear apart the shop more likely, but...
Yeah. I will say, unfortunately, his shop has very little that is full. What Alli and Sharrow seek is pushing the boundaries of life and metaphysics.
So really what happens is they end up throwing things in very categorized piles all day until somebody comes to get them.
Yes. Speaking of which, back at the mansion, as those two work, is everyone getting ready for the Hallow feast? Are we still having the Hallow? What's the status?
As far as I know, I mean...
What's the status of that? Laura asks. Laura eventually kind of comes and like tugs on Pippin's sleeve a little bit, and she goes, "Are we gonna go have the scary tea party?"
I love it.
Gosh, I really don't want to anymore, but but I know that you have your heart set on it. Oh, perhaps before the party, if you and I could maybe speak to Miss Eve together?
We can try, but she's been kind of upset lately.
Huh?
No kidding. She's a feisty one, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that... I'm not... See, I fear that the tea party might make her more mad.
She likes tea parties.
I mean... Yeah.
Yup.
I bet she does. I wonder that she might become dangerous if we do it.
I don't think she'd hurt you if I was there.
That was my thought exactly. That you might offer some defense, but see, I tried to talk to her at the party. Didn't go so well for me.
Oh, the Ainsworths make her really mad.
I mean, rightfully so, and I'm trying to let her know that perhaps we could help her without, burning the town to dust.
I can try to talk to her. Or, if I'm there, maybe she'll listen. She doesn't like adults.
That's why I thought maybe if it were just you and I.
We can try. You want to go outside?
Yes, let's.
So she takes you to the very back edge of the property, and she sits down, and she just sits on a very particular. It looks like a chair that was dragged out. Go, he's basically reclaimed this thing, and she sits on it, and she waits. She waits, and she waits, and finally, as she's sitting there, Pippin, you see a little slip of paper come drifting out of a tree.
Oh.
And it has a picture of a teapot drawn on it. And a clock indicating 6 o'clock.
Oh, she has set the time for the tea party, it seems.
Oh yeah, that's her handwriting.
Well, it looks like the tea party is on for 6 o'clock. I should inform my companion.
It's just been decided for us.
Yep, not getting out of it now.
We're
You've
doing
been-
the tea party.
You've been invited to your own tea party.
I've been invited to my own tea party. Perfect. I tried to get set up early, but perhaps this will offer me the opportunity to inquire if Master Ray has been able to colorize my pottery. My flatware.
Master Ray, have you colorized all of the pottery in flatware?
Just the way you're saying that. It's so fun to say. Colorize.
Have thou colorized?
Have thou colorized mine flatware?
No. I mean, not that morning.
But why not? What have you been doing?
Now in Technicolor.
Yeah, right. What do you got to do with your morning?
Party at 6 o'clock. Pippin tapped his little pocket watch.
I mean,
He's
Ray, it's not like you're your own person. What you been doing all morning?
He's been eating.
No,
Been
eating.
Don't
He
mind.
He cleans up whatever's left over too.
Marcellus comes into the little breakfast dining room, and he sees everyone talking, and he's looking like he had a really rough night. His hair's all out of place, and he walks up to the counter and just picks up a glass that they must have drained all of the blood from the meat they were cooking into, cracks a raw egg into it, and then a splash of Worcestershire sauce, and then he just slams it back.
Oh my god, it's a literal Bloody Mary!
And he's like, lets out a burp and sits down and just puts his head in between his arms on the table, and it's like, someone filled me in, but do it slowly and quietly.
What you mean fill you in? We're just eating food.
Certainly.
Feed him. Someone feed him like a baby.
Marcellus, would you like me to tell you about the food we're having?
And he's like, no, thank you.
Tethys just kind of like makes this kind of face and just kind of pats him on the shoulder.
Pippin's gonna order the biggest piece of salmon that he can find.
I will murder you, little rabbit. If you bring out a big old stinky slab of fish right now, I'm gonna murder
with a
you.
bowl of hot hollandaise sauce.
God.
But
Amazing.
after breakfast, I guess Ray would try to at least go find like
Colorize the flower.
let's see if we can find like some berries or something that he can make like a really basic like black dye from or something.
Oh no, not berries.
Don't eat
Something
'em.
natural.
Oh, Ray, Laura comes out to help. You don't know where she came from. You don't know how she knows what you're doing. But she's just there suddenly at your elbow, looking up at you. Hi,
Hello, little one. Hello.
Oh,
can I help?
Yeah, I'm looking for berries to make these plates
I know where
black.
these are. I know where they are. And she like dives into the hedge and comes back with quite a lot of them.
You want to help me paint them?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes Mr. Hambleton comes and gets these. He thinks we
What's-
don't know, but we do.
What was he use it for? You know?
I don't know, but you're not supposed to eat them. Mommy got real upset last time I ate one.
What happens if you eat them?
You throw up a lot.
Ray is gonna take a couple and put them in a pouch. I'll remember that for later.
I think Mommy's gonna be upset with you if you eat them too.
I'm not gonna eat them.
It's okay. You can tell me if you're gonna eat them. Like it's a little secret. Do it now.
You know what I'm gonna do with them?
What?
I'll use them for I'll prank Marcellus with them.
Oh no, but he'll throw up a lot.
Not if I like. I don't know. Maybe I'll use it on like some of them bad fellows in town.
Okay. Her morality is now absolved. No more ethical issues.
I love her.
Yeah, I guess you know. He can go to if you just want to like take this here. Oh no, these little bristles that
Mhm.
I've got here and just slather it on. I'll smash them up in a pot.
Yeah.
Wait, you wanna?
Huh?
I got no idea.
Can I
And
do
Ray-
it?
Yeah, Ray's gonna get a big pot, and then he's gonna hand her. He's gonna give her one of his hand axes and say, "Use the handle pot and smash them. Be careful with the blade, though."
Okay.
And
She
Ray will,
is-
Ray's gonna cast Mage Hand just in case and keep it like right below the blade, so that if she like slips or something, it'll keep it from hitting her hand.
Ray,
But he doesn't
she's-
want he doesn't want her to know that.
Yeah. Ray, as she does this child is capable of incredible violence. Those berries are done. No dime. Those berries are done.
That is impressive.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good job. Good job.
I gotta get ready for the tea party. It's just gone.
What about helping me paint the plates?
Child's attention span has moved on.
And he'll soak the plates and at least get them somewhat dyed.
Oh, as the day wears on, Alli is not back yet. Are we going to retrieve her from the bookshop, or are we going to wait and see if she comes back?
Did we all know she was going to the bookshop? Because I don't think she told
Oh.
us.
Nope, she did
Oh,
not.
no.
She
Yeah.
told Ada and Hildy would probably know because of their conversation previously, that she had to talk to Sharrow.
So if anybody
But she
asks
did not
around-
tell anybody that she was when she
Mhm.
was leaving. She skipped breakfast and went right to. I will say she probably does pay a visit to the bakery and gets food for herself, Sharrow, and Hans for lunch. And Hans, between listening to the chit chat between Alli and Sharrow, might probably be able to piece together some of the pieces of what's going on. I will leave that up to DM discretion.
Okay. So if the party asks around if anyone has seen Alli, Hildy or Ada will say she's probably gone to see Sharrow or in that general.
Would anyone like to go with me to go find Alli?
Sure, I need to tell. I mean, are we? We've all kind of decided we're doing the tea party, right?
You've all been invited to the tea party at 6.
So I should probably tell Isaac since he's coming anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll be like, "I'll come with you. I need to let Isaac know what time we're having our tea party." Anyway.
You need to let Isaac know.
Yes. He's going to be there just in case we need help.
That's a good idea. Good idea. Definitely no other reasons he's coming.
Not at all. And I would appreciate it if we no longer spent any more time on this subject.
What if I want to spend more time on it?
She kind of just looks at him for a second and then walks away.
Okay. I can tell when someone's trying to would kill me if I continued.
It is a good instinct to have, Ray.
Right?
Can he though? But
I'm
can
not Marcellus.
he?
I'm not Marcellus.
Marcellus would look up for the table at that and be like, honestly, I wish you would have punched me harder because I definitely didn't need that whole bottle of whiskey.
I could do it to you again. Let you sleep for a little while.
No, not now, and I don't
Ominous.
sleep. I'm dead, you numbskull.
That wasn't
Oops.
ominous at all, Ray.
Marcellus, you don't sleep.
Hardly.
You just sit there like a slab of meat and just stare at the ceiling.
And so Marcellus, he really doesn't even have to breathe, you know? So it's one of his little racial traits. So if you guys ever caught him sleeping, he would literally just look like a corpse.
Wait, Marcellus, I have a question before we go. Do you sleep like those vampire stories where like they like sleep in a coffin upside down?
Why would I sleep upside down? Coffin? Yes, sounds cozy. Not here, obviously. I'm stuck in a little boy's twin bed right now, but I would love a good comfy coffin. It's dark, it's quiet, there's no whiskey. Ooh. And then he like puts his head back down.
Would if you had a coffin that you could customize, would you have like linen like furs in it? Or like comfy stuff in it? Or would you like just plain wood?
He would like think about it for a second. He says, depends on what we're doing in the coffin.
Assume that it's only big enough for you.
Oh, fine. Take all the fun out of it. Well, then I want it as comfortable as possible.
So you don't want it comfortable if you're using it for whatever else?
I don't know. It depends on the person.
Third floor behavior.
Right?
Ray is gonna get a little piece of paper out and like take some of the ink that he has for tattooing and just kind of dip
Oh
his
god,
finger in
please
the ink.
don't. I'm far
and
too
write.
nauseous for any more of your art this morning.
He's gonna write some stuff down, and then fold it up and say, "I'll remember that for later."
Oh, lucky me. Can't wait.
I feel like as Pippin's listening to them talk, he's gonna be watching Marcellus be nauseous from the hangover. He's gonna pull out like the stinkiest Limburg cheese ever. And start staring at
What
it.
is wrong with this little fucking rabbit? I'm gonna
I
just
love
wait.
this rabbit.
Just freaking wait.
It's like spreading it on a cracker. So good.
Marcellus turns green and he goes and starts opening cupboards. And does anyone ask what he's doing as he's like crashing through stuff in the kitchen?
A newly materializes and goes, "You will not throw up in my cupboard."
I'm sorry, I'm just looking for a pan big enough to hold a fairly large rabbit.
Get out of my cupboards. Or I'll find a pan big enough for you.
Oh.
Ooh, kinky. I like a lady who knows how to take charge.
He just looks at Marcellus.
And he
And kind of like-
closes the cabinet very delicately and then like scurries over and like hides next to Tethys. Help! She's scary!
Wait, are
Mhm.
Tethys and Ray still there? Or did they leave already?
I think they're still there.
Yeah, because Ray was drawing, so...
Oh yeah.
Ray was not
Right.
drawing; he was writing.
Oh,
Oh.
well, whatever he was doing with his little art kit over there.
How dare.
How
take-
dear.
If anyone saw him, it would be notating the specifics of what Marcellus said would be his ideal coffin.
Aww, how thoughtful. It's not very
Okay.
often that someone could say they're thinking about your ideal coffin and you could take it as a sweet thing.
Love my party. Love my players.
Tethys would just be like, well, calm down
Lord.
a little bit. No, she's talking to Marcellus, who is now hiding behind her.
Fine, I'll calm down. Just tell that damn rabbit to please put away that god-awful cheese. Some innocent cow had to die to make that abomination.
Says the one who ate a monkey.
It was no monkey, trust me. Look, I still have burns on my tongues, and he sticks his tongue out at her face.
She'll just kind of shrink away a little bit.
It's all covered in raw egg and blood still.
Like just with a slight hint of alcohol to it.
Right.
Lovely.
Hmm.
I see. Yeah.
Like a parent talking to a kid. Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show how much Marcellus doesn't know about a farm to think that a cow had to die to make the cheese versus just milking it. He's just like, whatever, something livestock, something cheese.
How much
Like,
could
I don't-
one?
Right.
Oh, how much could one cheese cost? In dollars.
I will pay you to put that cheese away, rabbit.
I'll take your money.
Not you, Ray. Well, unless you're going to then pay the money to put away the stinky cheese.
Pippin's like, oh, but Mr. Marcellus, I'm sure you would feel much better if you just had a bite. And he's like, here comes the airplane.
Alright, let's get out of here. I don't want to see whatever's about to happen with this cheese.
Also, who left my bedroom this morning?
Some red-haired female.
And he, like, is trying to, like, think back and put the pieces together. And he's like, Tethys? Were you in, tell me, did I, and
She's
he's like,
mid-bite and just kind of looks over at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? And go, darling, I put you in bed and then I left.
I do very clearly remember that I could hear Tethys and Marcellus in the hallway yapping on and on and on and on.
About eating hair or something?
No, that did
Pippin wasn't
happen.
there.
No, that absolutely happened.
I'm sorry, eating no one would be that uncouth.
Marcellus, you went, Tethys, your hair is like so nice. I would love to eat it.
I certainly did not.
You did, I would never lie.
You did.
I don't. Eating hair, I mean, yeah, I'm
What's that?
kinky, but eating hair, come now.
Marcellus, would you think me a liar? Have I ever lied?
No, maybe you misheard, or
I'm
maybe I
pretty
said
sure
hair, and he looks at the rabbit.
That is very unkind of you.
I could eat a
Oh,
whole bowl. Yes, Tethys.
Darling, you were literally touching my hair when you said it.
Well, I mean, and he like looks at his hand and like sticks his hands in his pocket, and he said, "What time did you bring me back to my bedroom?"
It was pretty late, but like I said, I made sure that you weren't gonna roll out of bed and then I left. So whoever it was this morning, it wasn't me.
How close is Marcellus's room to the one that Ray's staying in?
I'm gonna make an insight check on Tethys.
Allie's
So,
not there, but she would be aware. Did Tethys ever come back to the room she shared with Ada that night?
Oh, 14.
Okay. So really quickly, Ray, to answer your question, they are one down you. 14 on that insight check. Tethys, what was your roll against that?
Oh shit! I rolled a 14.
Ooh, let's have a roll.
Are we gonna roll off?
Let's have a roll off.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Oh,
I don't know
damn. 8.
what is. Oh fuck. Nat 1.
Oh!
Oh, please tell us where you were last night, Tethys. Tell
Yeah,
the
Tethys.
class.
If you do an
Well, she doesn't have to
insight
tell
check
that
to-
much, but he could tell if she's lying
If you
or
do
not.
an insight check to see if she's lying, she's
Yes.
not lying. She's being serious.
Oh.
She made sure he wouldn't get in trouble and then left.
Yeah,
And-
she's being serious.
What time did someone leave? Okay, so how long was it that Marcellus saw a flash of red hair and when Tethys claims she left?
I would say probably sunrise, maybe? In my head, he probably was just kind of groggy as the sun was coming up, saw something dart out, and then may have fallen back asleep before he came down.
Well, I would like to say, I would like to throw my hat in here. Tethys was already downstairs when I got here, and that is unlike me, because I am usually the first to food.
So, do I get an answer as to did Tethys go back to Alli and Ada's room that night?
Tethys, did you?
No.
So Allie's not there, but she would have clocked that.
Mm.
Fine. If you want to know.
No, sit on it. We got to figure this out on our own.
Who knows?
I've told this to everybody, though.
If Tethys wants to tell them, she can.
Yeah. So Tethys would be like, it wasn't me. I was smackered and ended up falling asleep down here at the table. Which is why I was here before everybody else.
Is Tethys lying?
You want to insight check her?
Wait,
I'm
so,
going to again too.
so Tethys is saying that she went down to breakfast and fell asleep at the table early?
Oh, another 7 for me.
I got a natural 20.
Ooh.
She's telling the truth. What actually happened was she was very drunk and she wanted food but didn't quite make it that far.
Bless her heart.
And so she kind of like sat down for a second and then ended up falling asleep in the chair.
She was like, food happens here sometimes.
Yeah.
I
She
believe
had
for now.
planned on digging through like the pantry and shit, but she was just like, ooh, whoa, I need to sit down for a minute. And then just like head down.
No.
Not that I know what
Marcellus
that's
would
like for experience.
Marcellus would be like, I need an ice cold shower.
Feel
And
free to go one, dear.
he would go upstairs and he's gonna try to become undead alive.
Ah.
Alive. It's like on.
Re-unalive.
Re-unalive.
Try to inch a little bit closer to life. So
Right.
who all's going into town?
Oh, Tethys.
Tethys is.
Ray.
Ray is. All right, Pippin. You going?
Marcellus calls down and he's like, wait for me, I'm almost ready.
Leave without him.
Marcellus is.
Don't you
Going,
dare.
He's gonna bring Laura with him.
So the whole party's set now.
It's the whole menagerie.
It is the whole ass lot of you. So as you all go into town, Tethys, you do see Isaac out and about. He very quickly puts a little packet of something in his pocket.
You keep cutting out
You
again.
broke up. I missed
Oh.
about half of that.
Oh, I said, Tethys, you do actually see Isaac in town. He looks like he's back from Dr. Fildan's. You see him put a packet of something very quickly in his pocket.
She'll wave to him. Be like,
He'll wave back.
She'll walk up and go, "Oh, hello. How are you?"
As well as I ever am. How are you? I hope you aren't too hungover from the Ainsworth party.
Oh, I'm better now that I have food. Let's just leave it at that.
Fair enough. He kind of looks out and he says, "Are we getting ready for the Hallow feast?"
Yes. We actually received an invite, and she just kind of for a second, and she go, it'll be at 6:00 this evening."
Auspicious. I'll see you there then.
Sounds like a date.
You should come like 30 minutes early so you can have some time to get settled.
Of course. I'll make sure I'm there early.
Good.
He scuttles off.
It's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. It's time for the teapot.
You all find Alli and Sharrow tearing through Hans's shop. Hans is trying to be a good. He's made tea. He's heated up a little bit of bread. He's got some cheese and kind of offering it to them.
And Alli will be kind enough if he offers tea. And like I said, she probably brought them lunch. And he's probably gotten. I'll talk with you about specifics, but probably enough to know that they're looking for something related to automatons and magic and transformations and etc.
As you all come in, he's brought a few books to Alli. He says, I don't know if any. I'm running quite out of books.
Well, this was my first thought. I'll put it all to rights, I promise. At least everything is categorized now. Because I do think she was making piles of topics. As she discarded things, she was putting them in categorized piles.
Whatever you're looking for seems...
You cut out again.
Oh, he said whatever you're be important.
Oh,
I'll clean
no.
up.
He keeps cutting off.
Okay, we're gonna do it slowly. He said, "Don't worry. Whatever you are looking for seems important, so I'll take care of any mess."
Okay.
I'm not sure if that helped or made it worse.
I got most of it. He was saying he'll clean up the mess, basically, and that it seemed important. If there's time, I'll try to explain later, and I do fully intend to make this place as promised, with the shelves all nice and organized, as we discussed a few days ago. I generally try to keep my word. And she offers him a little bit of a smile.
He kind of gives her a little smile back and kind of like runs his hand a little nervous here. But really, don't feel pressured.
Well, if I feel pressured, it's not on your end.
He turns a little pink. And kind of like like helps like fishes Aurelius out of his vest a little bit as Aurelius has been sinking down in it.
Aurelius isn't in heaven. So are they... Is the party just walking in at this moment, or...?
Yes, I think the party has kind of overheard this exchange, and they see Hans rather back to Alli. Little, very blushing bit hair.
You keep cutting off.
Yeah. No.
Fuck!
And that now works.
Yeah. So they come upon him telling a little bit, he's just blushing a little bit, handing Aurelius the baby back.
Ray will come through the door and go, "Ding dong, Ray is here."
He kind of jumps a little bit. Hello. Can I help Can I help you? As he like leans back to look up.
Yeah, I'm looking for Alli.
Oh, she's here. She's right here.
You've found me, Ray. As she gets
Well.
Aurelia settled on her shoulder.
This is a marvelous coincidence.
What is Sharrow doing while all this is happening?
She's sitting in the back to watch it unfold. If she had little opera glasses, she'd be holding them up.
So she's given up looking through the books and is doing the equivalent of eating popcorn and watching the drama.
Uh-huh.
Alli, why did you disappear without telling us?
I didn't disappear without telling you.
Yeah, Alli, why'd you disappear without telling them?
You did actually.
No, I told Ada I had to go talk to Sharrow, and I went to go talk to Sharrow, and then we ended up here.
You didn't tell your friends you were gonna come talk to me, Alli? It's rude.
Yeah. Alli, you didn't tell us.
For shame, Alli.
She looks over at Sharrow and goes, well, perhaps you want to explain what it is that we've been doing all day.
Nope.
What have you been doing?
Yeah, Alli, what you been doing?
Yes, Alli. What have you been doing?
She's like looking around at everybody, like what on earth is going on here?
Can Pippin see if he can read the titles of the books that were handed over?
Yeah, so it's books about historical automatons. There's one, it's not about automatons, but about like trying to
I feel like as everyone's like, what are you doing here, Alli? Pippin's like, well, it seems as though she's researching automaton.
And Hans is like, oh, that seems to be quite correct.
Pippin's like, well, anything interesting?
Nothing useful, no, unfortunately.
Well, Miss Alli, it seems as though our tea party time has moved up. And he's like, we have been invited to our own Hallow Fest at 6 p.m.
Does that, Alli would know with the keen mind thing, is that normally within daylight hours?
It is twilight.
Oh.
She looks a little uncomfortable.
Not Twilight.
And if night falls while this is happening, we have a way back to the house?
Well, speaking from experience, the jailhouse is quite secure.
That is not what I asked. She looks like a little pained and looks over at Sharrow and Hans for some kind of backup.
Marcellus would look at her, eyeing up Hans, and be like... He's like looking back and forth at them now. Can he insight check to see if he picks up any sort of interest between Alli and Hans?
Absolutely. Actually, you know what? I'll give this one to you for free because Hans is not Hans is the golden retriever of men. Nothing complicated. Nothing deceptive.
Oh.
He is absolutely into Alli.
Marcellus would pick up a pencil off the desk and be like, "Here, boy, stick." To Hans.
Allie's
like,
gonna
distract
message
him.
you, Marcellus, and go, Marcellus, be nice. Did you hear
Oh.
that in your head?
Marcellus would. Oh, can he reply back to that?
Yeah, you can. As long as I've messaged you first, you have one reply.
Okay.
You have one reply.
He would say, "Well, you could at least go with someone that, at least half as intelligent as me." Now
You-
this
you-
is just insulting.
There's another message, like, and you get, oh, and here I thought he had twice your intellect, if not more.
Okay, well, have fun with that, but you'll be knocking at my bedroom door soon.
And nothing. She just kind of smiles over at Hans. And, I promise I'll pick up the mess. It seems we have... Are you sure you need me for this? As she looks over
do.
at Ray and Pippin.
I think we in fact do. You are our most intellectual individual.
Sharrow, do you want to come?
Absolutely not.
Well, worth a shot? Oh, this is probably the first time any of them have seen Sharrow and Alli in the same room.
The resemblance is uncanny.
Is there a way to like pick up on the fact that they might be related?
Make me an intelligence check.
I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
I got a natural 20 for 23.
Woo!
I
Alright.
figured out nothing.
Oh, what'd you get?
A 10.
Okay. Marcellus, there's a vague resemblance. Ray, they absolutely share an extremely close common ancestor. Holy shit, they have got the same eyes. And yeah, these two, you suspect they may be a little bit closer than cousins.
Ray's gonna kind of stroke his beard for a second and go, Ellie, I gotta talk to you later about something.
And Marcellus would just say, all you dusty bookwomen have the same pallor to your skin.
Shiro looks at Ray, at Marcellus, and she goes, hey, fuck you too.
Sharrow, you have my permission to deal with him in any way you see fit. I do not necessarily need him back in one piece.
Ooh, kinky.
Shiro looks at Marcellus and she goes, you wouldn't know what that was if it hit you in the face. People, she just kind of gets up and flounces out.
Marcellus would say, I have an idea what being hit in the face feels like, and he looks at Ray.
Ray, do you want to hit him again?
I could. But I wouldn't want to ruin his pretty face for the hollow fish.
Oh, see, that's sweet.
Oh, he doesn't
Maybe.
need to be pretty for this.
Maybe he'll try to flirt with E.
Oh, I would pay to see that. And she's gonna to nod. Mr. Voss, I'll be back later. Thank you for your hospitality today.
Of course. Please be safe out there, Alli.
And she'll precede the group outside.
And
As-
they're,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as they're walking, Ray is gonna try to talk to Alli a bit in private. He's gonna go, Alli, can you do that thing into my head, please?
Yes, but you have to reply to me because it triggers off of, and she'll message Ray. So go ahead and remember you have a single reply before I have to cast it again.
I can tell you in Sharrow more than cousins. Your siblings, aren't you, or something like that?
She's gonna message back. Keen eyes as always, Ray. But as far as the town is concerned, we're cousins, and it needs to stay that way.
Okay.
And she'll cast another message and go, I'm sure you understand, the more people who know a thing, the more likely someone who should not know a thing has the opportunity to find out.
Indeed. So, what were you all looking for automatons for?
Say that again?
What were you looking for automatons for?
And there's another message. Do you remember the Wolforged that Annie was parading around the party last night?
I do.
That was a very close relative of Sharrow's and mine. It's who Sharrow came to town looking for. And we found him. And we are trying to figure out if it is possible to save him.
Interesting. Well, if it's like a spirit-related matter, I might be looking to consult my spirits.
I don't think it's spirit related, although I'm not at this point. With everything else going on, I'm not going to rule it out.
Okay, well, I'll be quiet about it. You know me. Quiet as a mouse.
Thank you, Ray. And I imagine the whole time she's kind of just walking and keeping as straight a face as she can.
Bless them.
Tethys, you didn't come back to the room last night. Is everything okay? Trying to get all the attention off of her.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm fine. I got knackered and fell asleep at the table.
Decided to try to soak up some of the alcohol and didn't quite make it that far.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wondered.
At first I thought that she and Marcellus had slept in the same room together, if you know what I mean. But no, I'm pretty.
They were out in the hallway quite a long time. It occurred
Oh
as
yes, Marcellus said he wanted to eat a bowl of my hair,
yes,
and then I
heard.
decided it was time for him to go to bed.
I think the whole house heard that particular remark.
So if he starts coughing up hairballs in the middle of the night and I suddenly go bald, we all know why.
We won't have to blame it on Potato anymore.
Funny.
Marcellus is obviously like he's hungover, but you know what? He's freaking excited about anything that sounds like another party, whether it means they're all gonna die, right? So he's like, oh god, like he's just like primping and going around, and he's like, what are we all going to wear? I can't believe we have 2 parties in a night. Like completely oblivious to the impending doom. He is just like, I can't wait to see what color you picked for the China Pippin. I do hope it accompanies the color of those wretched stumps well. And what are you going to wear? Maybe we should match.
Alli is looking at you like you're the biggest idiot in the world.
And when he asks Pippin what color the flatware is, he just plainly says black.
Oh,
I did
perfect.
I did it myself, Marcellus.
Oh, then it's going to look dashing, I'm sure. And he like slugs Ray on the arm, and he's like, "Black's my favorite color, if you couldn't tell." And he's like, "Should we have any entertainment for the evening? Maybe we could get Annie to bring out that robot again."
Oh no! Oh no, Marcellus!
Alli's
know.
jaw tenses and her hands kind of clench in her skirt, and she takes a deep breath and says nothing.
Marcellus, no.
Alli, darling, what's wrong? Cat got your tongue?
Shut
Would
up.
you rather it be me?
Marcellus is gonna get himself.
At this point, Tethys is gonna punch him in the face.
It's not going. It isn't going to be anything I throw at him. Is this going to be his whole party?
He doesn't know, you guys. He doesn't know that this was a relative. Like, none
Actually,
of this he knows.
Right now, the only people who know are Ada, Hildy, Sharrow, possibly Hans, and Ray.
I know. Don't blame Marcellus for being Marcellus when no one wants to tell him anything and he's chaotic.
Alli is visibly uncomfortable.
Well, I feel like that's like status quo anytime.
Well, that's
I'm talking
because
with you bunch, you
Marcellus.
know?
Marcellus, I think that you should stop talking about robots and parties. Everyone here is very clearly not in the mood for a robot.
Ooh.
Or a party? Jeez,
Well-
maybe should we get like a flamethrower or like a juggler or something? Maybe a jester? I don't know.
Actually, Marcellus, I've got a really cool idea.
Yes.
What if we played a quiet game while we walk?
I was just thinking about that.
Good God, man, what do I look like? 7? Fine,
No,
I'll be quiet. I get it.
If you win, you get 1 piece of gold.
1 piece of gold. Give me a break.
Clearly
Okay, right,
he's
you're
not
gonna need
comfortable
deeper
with it.
pockets than that to bribe me. And he would say, but fine, I get it. I know, everyone wants Marcellus to be quiet. I'll shut up. I'm just so excited about this tea party, and this is the last thing I'm going to say.
Alli look over at
And it
Tethys
was
and
indeed
start
not
counting
the
down.
last
Oh, Lordy Lou. Isaac joins you all, and you make your way to where it's still there. Table's still there. It's been put upright. And chairs have been laid out. 13 chairs.
Pippin, you got quite a lot done last night.
It was going rather well until the wolf tried to eat me.
Oh dear.
I thought I would get a jump start on it, and it appears that was good because we're having it now.
And Laura's with us too, right?
Uh-huh.
And
She's been privy to every bit of this.
Ugh.
And you can see her tiny child brain just soaking every bit of it up. Like a sponge.
Pippin's like, okay, Miss Laura, do stay close to me.
Okay.
And I think Pippin will go to like setting the table.
She'll try to help.
Wait, Pippin, do we need like 13 people to fit with these chairs?
13 people is the ideal number, I believe.
Well, we don't got 13 people, do we?
But so Pippin, you would know that all of the chairs don't have to, in fact, should not be living people.
Oh,
Because you want to leave room.
Right. For the Pippin's like, well, not all 13 people are going to be corporeal.
Are you sure you need me for this? She's looking
What's
very
corporeal?
uncomfortable. Having a body as opposed to being more spirit. Having. Yes?
Why do you not want to be here?
Because I think this whole thing is very inadvisable.
Yes, Alli, would you rather be somewhere safer, like perhaps my bedroom?
I want to go to the bedroom.
I think I would prefer the bookshop.
Oh, child, and he like pats her on her head. No.
Pippin's like, he'll fill them in on kind of what Alli told them about how medicine kind of the whole thing with medicine and Miss Evie, which they may already know. He doesn't know.
Actually, I think some of this is only information Pippin knew for a while.
Yeah, because he was trying to get to them, tell them that ended up locked in the jailhouse.
Stuff kept happening.
Stuff kept happening.
So do we now all know that E's name was once Evangeline, and she was once a guest of the Ainsworths, and Mazine had some kind of bargain, and something happened, and she died.
Yeah.
Okay. Alli looks a little bit sick hearing this, and
like, so I do feel that perhaps there are some spirits that would like to be heard. Some injustices that perhaps we can right.
Marcellus quickly thinks about his sister and is like, oh no.
I think before we start, I'm double checking how long this lasts. I'm sure I had it. Yes. For an hour. So right before we start, I think Alli's gonna cast See Invisibility on herself.
Oh, Alli.
Oh, Alli.
Yeah, I knew this is a bad idea, but I'm doing it anyway.
As you cast it on yourself, as the spell takes hold and you see just briefly around you reality twist and distort, you see People are waiting. Animals are waiting. So many of them. Spirits claimed by the forest. Animals that have lost their lives there. They appear as indistinct gray forms with white eyes, shifting, prowling. They won't come close to the stumps. They won't come close to the table. But they are all waiting for the party to get started. There's so many of them.
And he's like, Marcellus is like, oh dear, it looks like we're gonna be short chairs.
You can't see
So
this.
Oh, I
No.
thought, can I not see them too?
No, this is
No.
Alli only.
Alli
Okay.
has cast see invisibility on herself, so you all see Alli seeing these.
And she's kind of like standing like stock still, like almost cracking her neck a little bit as she takes it all in, and her jaw kind of drops. Stormspeed. I stand by what I said. This is a very bad idea.
The DM has a question for everybody.
Mhm.
What are you? You just in your normal clothes?
I think Alli is in the green dress, the new green dress that Avis made, because her blue dress is in very much need of being fixed after the whole candy hag fiasco.
Everybody else? You just wearing your normal clothes? Or are you
Yeah,
wearing
Mars-
something else?
Marcellus got dressed up in fancy black clothes.
Roy is just wearing his normal clothes, but like he doesn't wear armor anyways. So
Okay.
And I think she's learned her lesson about leaving the house without being prepped. So she does have whatever Ada would have advised her to have before she left the house.
Okay. And that's it? That's what everybody's wearing?
Yeah, Tethys is in her normal clothes. I think she's probably braided her hair, but otherwise.
Okay. So we're going to lock in those answers. And now the DM is going to remind everybody, at one point, you meant to have the Hallow Fest with your masks. But you don't have
oh
them.
no.
So
Oh,
we're going to
fuck.
proceed.
Well,
We're gonna
nobody
proceed-
told me we were doing it now.
Oh. Just checking. Just want to know what everybody's doing. So, there are 13 chairs. Who is sitting at the table? Isaac goes to sit because he's been told he should. Laura will go sit.
Pippin's
else?
gonna sit next to Laura.
Okay. I think
This
Isaac
will
is going to
sit-
sit on.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Tethys was going to sit next to Isaac, if possible.
Yes. So, and Isaac will sit on the other side of Laura.
Alli's gonna sit across from Laura
All right.
so
Ray
that
will
they're
sit
looking
by
at each other.
Alli.
Okay.
Marcellus would go and sit at a table by himself.
There's precisely one table, Marcellus.
Oh, he would go down to the other end. He would stomp and pout and make a big scene about it, and he would move his little setting all the way down to the end of the table, away from everyone else, and cross his arms like he's pouting and be like, "Could somebody pass the salt?"
I don't
You've
know.
got
Seems
plenty
like
enough
there's
for
plenty on that
everybody.
end.
Pippin,
Oh.
you should sit by me.
Oh, absolutely. But
Aren't we all so chummy? Oh, Marcellus, shut up. Oh, you can sit here next to me. Oh, you can sit here next to me.
Well, if you
No,
would behave
fine.
like a gentleman, you might not have so many people snapping at you all the time.
Oh, come now. Where's the fun in that?
This is
Also,
not
you gotta
meant
imagine the
to be
party
fun.
is like your mayor running for office. Are you able to be mean to everyone that you're running for office for?
Well, yes, because I have money.
Well, I have money too, but you see me flaunting it.
Well, then you're not a politician, then, are you?
I do
So
believe that-
Laura.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask. So Laura has somebody on each side and across, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Big
And
giant.
fortunately, this has worked out well. There's 7 of you and 8 guests. As you all sit there at the table and bicker and fight amongst yourself, all of a sudden you see the candle at each place setting light with a blue flame. And you hear in the distance the strike of one bell. The Hallow feast has begun.
Are we supposed to be seeing anything on the map right now? It just says a question mark for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that.
Oh,
But
okay.
it will be fixed by the next game.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. But you begin to see the guests appear. First, a woman whose head is partially caved in.
Oh.
And then next, you see a woman who has been pierced through one eye.
Hold on a second.
A.
Hey, do I recall if these are the same corpses from the cabin?
From the greenhouse.
From
I
the
thought it
train
was the
station.
cabin. Yeah, when we first got here, the train station.
They are. You see a third woman appear, her stomach a bloody mess.
These are
T.
yes.
Yeah, this is Z, A, and T. We also fought their bodies in the greenhouse.
And you see each of them is wearing the monogram brooch E, A, and T.
Alli would clearly recognize this as well.
Furthermore, you see a woman in a maid's costume appear. She's clutching a pen. Her hand is stained with the ink. Her face is stained. Next to her, or near her, appears a man holding a penknife. You see, as well, the gnarled, broken spirit of the hag that you killed recently.
The candy hag?
The candy hag.
Oh,
E has not let her go yet.
Can't forget that smile.
She looks, if possible, more haggard and harried. Broken not just physically, but her spirit as well. You see, next, a doll appear. A dark-haired, green-eyed, pale doll with 2 little roses sewn onto its neck. And one seat seems to remain empty.
Wait a hold on.
With the sea invisibility, do I see any other spirits around the table who are not in the seats? Because it sounds like we can all see who's in the seats.
There is a ring of spirits around you, waiting, watching. They seem to know they aren't allowed at the feast. And leaning on her chair, not sitting in it, but leaning on it, is E.
Alli's gonna turn her attention to her because Alli can see her, right? Even though nobody else can until she sits.
Right.
And just offer a very deep nod of respect.
E just looks at Alli with a disgusted curl of the lip and turns her attention back to Pippin.
Marcellus has never wanted to wish he did not sit so far away from the group in his entire life.
And Pippin can't see her, right?
No, Pippin does not see E. Alli, you see E walk over to that doll. That's not a ghost. It's clear E has bent the rules of the Hollowfest to her own weird, cruel whims. She goes and actually sits the doll in her lap and manipulates it like she...
Oh, ooh, Marcellus is pissed.
Does that 13th chair remain empty?
It does, but nothing seems to dare come.
Oh, Marcellus is mad. He's like trembling mad right now.
Why is Marcellus mad?
There's something about that doll that he told you all with the 2 roses on its neck.
Oh wait.
I know. This is messed up, yo.
Ooh.
He wants to freaking destroy E right now. BT dubs.
Well, actually, I don't know if Marcellus would know that was E. Well, no, he would know. He might not be able to see.
Who
E
else would
moving
do it,
yet.
really?
Right,
Yeah,
and
true.
like something picked up the doll and sat it in his lap and is like playing with it, which is A, creepy, and B, infuriating.
Once E sits, can everybody see her with the doll, or do they still just see the doll?
They still just see the doll. So
Okay.
she's sitting she's sitting in the doll's chair with the doll on her lap, making it look.
Okay.
Oh, he's so mad. He's so mad right now.
So, I know, I'm not sure if this is something Alli would know, or if this is like Pippin only knowledge. Is there anything about the rules of the Hallow Fest that would indicate what happens if only 12 seats are filled?
So, and what Pippin would know about the Hallow Fest is usually the chairs will, but it's not guaranteed if you don't do it right, or maybe if the spirits just don't. And Alli, from what you can.
I can't tell if you
Oh.
broke off or if you got distracted.
No, sorry, I got a message, and it's the message is everything I have ever dreamed. But no, Alli, so you know that, or
Okay, now you're breaking up.
shit. All right, so Pippin would know the seats sometimes don't. Alli, what you can see is that despite that chair being and them kind of being drawn to it, they won't sit in it because they really know. And I think they are afraid of what.
Ugh.
Okay, let me see if I piece enough together. So Pippin knows that the seats are not always full. It's not a guarantee. And then from what Alli can see is that everybody else is too scared to sit in the chair.
Because they know E has claimed it.
Okay.
She's just not sitting in it at the moment.
And she's decided to put one of her puppets in another chair to deny somebody else the opportunity.
Well, more so, she put yeah, basically. She brought the puppet. And even if she is sitting with the puppet, they know better than to try to take her spot.
Ah.
And I think that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Oh.
Oh my god, Marcellus is literally like he's about to go full on chaotic mode right now.
Oh,
He's
God.
like, this is some shit right here, E. If he could snatch her ball headed, he would have done it 5 seconds ago.
Ooh. I'm here for it.
I mean, he has no, like, he's like, you can see him like visibly shaking right now. He's about to go like full animal mode for real.
I was like,
so good, girl.
oh, so next time we'll pick up with the Hallow Feast.
Ooh.
God help us.
Like a plan.
And it is not my fault I don't have a mask because I didn't know until everybody showed up at the bookshop.
Yeah, nobody's got a mask, and this is going to be really exciting because of that.
I feel like otherwise Alli would have remembered. Oh well.
I mean, Ray can always just pull his bear.
It's too late for that.
You've
already-
already started.
They've already seen us anyways.
It's just gonna make it more fun. I mean, for us, not for them.
I'm
but-
hoping see invisibility will help Alli catch it before anything too horrible happens.
Seeing it and stopping it are two different things.
Right, but at least I'll know what happened.
Yeah?
Even if I can't make it not happen, I'll know what happened.
Yeah?
There's a thought process here.
Yeah, you'll know something.
I don't know if I'm laughing or crying now.
That's okay. That's okay.
Also,
gotta
very
catch
minor
up on it.
mystery. What did Sharrow do to Hildy?
We shall see. But
Yeah.
I gotta check, guys, so I'll see you
Alright.
later.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
Good night.
See y'all later. Good night.
Bye.